In this video, we are going to create a data flow for a new workspace here. We use Microsoft Teams here, so I'm going to go through it in the way that we do it here. I have an Excel file to start, which is saved in a channel within one of our Microsoft Teams. This is a sample file, and right now in there's just a roster. To start for this video, I'm going to just make this a table. Name this table roster new. So within this file right now we have just the sheet roster, and then this table is named roster new, and then this hello is here just to show how we're going to pull the data in. So this is saved. From here I'm going to go file, info, copy path, and then from here I'm going to go, already pulled up, but app.powerbi.com. And in this video, we are using a new workspace called Sports Science Test. Once we're on this page, we will go New, Data Flow, and Add New Tables. And we will select Web API and paste that path that we just copied into the URL. Deleting everything at the end until the file extension, so XLSX. And we will delete that question mark as well. Then there's going to be connection credentials here for this. Mine's already set up to authenticate to an organizational account, but depending on how you're doing this, you may just have a public-private or no real connection credentials needed. Because it's a university account, this is how we'll do it here. Then we'll go next. And then from here, there's two options. We have roster, which is the whole entire workbook, and you remember I typed that hello in, so it takes in everything from the workbook or that sheet. And then here is just the table I created, so it doesn't have the hello, it just has the data that was pulled into that table. So we're going to select that, transform the data, and then from here it's going to automatically apply steps within the data, so it's going to automatically recognize what type of data is in each column and set it to be that data type. So things that are numbers are automatically going to read as that, whereas general text will read as that as well. Once this loads in, if we wanted to change any data types, so say these were body weights and we wanted 250.4, I can come up here and change it to a decimal number. Any of this can be modified. If these heights were inches and we wanted 6'1½", that is exactly how you would change the data. So all you would do is click change. However, this isn't going to change anything because I don't have any decimal places placed anywhere. But once the data is how you want it on this specific page, simply save and close. Name this roster, and once we are here, our data flow is set up and created. I can close this out. To automatically refresh this, so if we change any data and what we're doing with it needs to be updated, this refresh button right here will automatically refresh the data. Should only take a few seconds. But also within the data flow, these three dots, more options, settings, when you go to refresh, you can set this to automatically refresh the data on just any time. So say I have something that pulls in data automatically at 6 a.m. and I want it to refresh at 7 a.m. or same thing and it does it at 7:30 at night and I want it to automatically refresh at 8. I can apply this to that data flow so I don't have to go in manually and change it every single time. So from here, refreshed, next refresh would be 8 o'clock, and this data flow is set. So anything we want to do with this, if we want to change the data, how it's set up, if we want to add new tables in from the specific source, we can do all that here. So for example, nothing will actually change, but if we're using this data in a specific way and I want to remove this and just make it back to a whole number, I can do that and save the data and refresh the data. And from here, data flow is created and we're ready to move on.